the heaviness that drove my life for multiple decades was porn and womanizing women. And when I trace it back to the roots, I'm able to trace it back now. But obviously, when you're in the middle of the storm, all you care about is getting out of the storm, right? In the middle of the storm, I just couldn't stop. I was fully an addict. I could not stop. And my story is multiple millions of men in America and all over the world. Never before in human history have we had the limbic system in our brain be attacked in the way that pornography and the mobile phone does. We are a experiment, Steve. We're an experiment, brother, because the real spiritual warriors are able to be the signal above the noise. We talked about that earlier. And I was just completely trapped in the noise for multiple decades. Now I can trace it back and I can share the wisdom. I wouldn't be able to share the wisdom if I was still in it because I would be robbing myself of the lesson. But the wisdom that I can share now is it was 100% connected to shame from religion and shame from my father and shame about having sex with my girlfriend and shame about my body and shame about my sex organ. Multiple prongs here, so just sit tight, y'all. Shame about circumcision. I was circumcised, and that's a trauma that's inflicted upon young boys. It came down through very barbaric practices in the Jewish faith. I'm not anti-Jewish, by the way. I'm just saying that's a barbaric practice. And also my anger towards women. I had to get really clear on my anger and my resentment towards women. I was projecting on my beautiful, incredible woman that I'm with now. I love her so much. I was projecting a lot of my anger about my mother onto her, and I was projecting a lot of anger on women. I womanized women. Who knows the number? I don't even know the number. It's that vast. I used to think it was cool that I had slept with a lot of women. Now I understand that all these threads I'm describing to you, the circumcision, the overwhelm, the anger, all these things, they got to get purified, Steve. And they got to get purified over a long period of time. I'm talking like 7 to 10 years purification process. Even when I started the podcast, I was addicted to porn. No one knew. Because porn is one of these addictions where it's not like food. You can be addicted to food and everyone knows.
Good point. Yeah, good point.
You can be addicted to alcohol. Everybody knows. You can be a drug addict. You better believe everybody knows. But porn is a very sinister energy. The energy of pornography, to trace it back to the Bible, I'm not Christian per se, but I think all religious texts have a lot of wisdom in them. And in the Bible, there's the Jezebel spirit that's empowered by a weak Ahab. And the Jezebel spirit is this very hedonistic spirit that wants to take. It's where unconscious men just want to fuck women and take from them and disrespect their womb and not be in love with these women they're sleeping with. And I did that for a long time. Even a prostitute in Thailand. I mean, I went so deep. And I'm sharing this because it's really important to know that wherever you are, there is a way out. Another platitude that I hope we can all feel right now. The only way out is through. The only way out is through. There is no other way out. And every single time we want to take a shortcut from going through, it is always a long cut every time. It will always cost you more time and bring you more tears. So how did I get through it? I did multiple ayahuasca journeys. I was psychically shattered in Costa Rica. It took me 2 years to recover. Thank God for Paul Chek, my mentor, my friend. He taught me how to be in communion and be with this entity. It was a very pornographic, very disgusting entity, but it was here to teach me something very powerful. And it taught me that if I continued down this road, I would not be the father I am now. I would not be the soon-to-be husband I am now. I would not be the businessman I am now. And the real part that hurt me the most, I wouldn't be trustable. I wouldn't be a trustable man. And I think really all we have as a man is our trustworthiness and our utility and our love. So how did I get through it? Man, so many ups and downs, so many fights. Also just even more clarity. Porn's been out of my life for a long time, but I just got even more clarity doing an MDMA IFS ceremony with my love. And I connected back to a memory when I was 11 years old and my mom was getting carried out of the house on a stretcher. And there's this little overweight 11-year-old boy in full terror, like full panic and terror. And he's asking, what's wrong with mom? What's wrong with mom? And then I got clear in the ceremony. It wasn't just anger towards my mother. I kept saying in the ceremony, where the fuck were you, Dad? Where the fuck were you? Where the fuck were you, Dad? And then I realized I had all this resentment and processing around my father that still got to be done. So it's the anger and the resentment that feeds addiction. Anger and resentment, because one doesn't have the capacity to enforce boundaries or to be healthy in their behaviors. That's really the driver of addiction, in my opinion. That's been my experience with addiction. And so going through all these trials and tribulations, learning breath work, traveling to Thailand, I mean, like everything you could imagine I've done. I haven't done Bufo. I haven't played in that world. But I've done multiple psychedelics, multiple breathwork ceremonies, becoming a breathwork practitioner and teacher of my own, to then realize like, oh, the ultimate code is that I was the one doing it the whole time. It was just Josh. It wasn't my dad. It wasn't my mom. It wasn't society. It wasn't the fact that my phone is there. None of it was anything to do with me. It was me the whole time. When we can get to a place in our lives as a man or a woman and be like, oh, this is actually all my own doing, but embody it and feel it, that it's my doing, then we have the power to change. But we will never have the power to change if we're outsourcing our agency or our power to change to something or someone else. It'll keep coming back, Steve. It'll keep coming back. The entity, the darkness, the pain, the suffering, the anxiety, the depression, it'll just keep coming around until we finally get so broken and so beaten that we look at it and we just say, what are you here to teach me? What are you here to teach me? I'm ready to learn. And from that place, anything is possible, truly.
All right, friends, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Radical Health Radio. We got a fresh new podcast for you every Wednesday. If you enjoyed the show, consider liking, subscribing, reviewing, and rating us on your podcast platform. It helps to spread this message of radical health. We'll see you next week.